This broadcast will start in 30 seconds. This broadcast will start in 15 seconds. This broadcast will start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Voice of Stockton. For more information on The Voice of Stockton, go to thevoiceofstockton.org.
The views and opinions expressed in the following program do not necessarily reflect those of KXVS The Voice of Stockton or its parents, affiliates, management, and staff.
Da 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 da, shabba da do da da da, shabba da dee da da da, shabba da dee da do da da da, shabba da dee da da da, shabba da be da do da da da, shabba da be da da da, yeah, shabba da dee da, Chef Tobias Cooks.
Good morning, Chef Tobias Cooks here with the Voice of Stockton. Good morning, Stockton. How's everyone doing in the Central Valley? We are here talking women in business. Chef Tobias Cooks, you can see us live on thevoiceofstockton.org. You can also see us live on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, all that. I swear I'm gonna have me a list of everything that you can see us on. You can also see us live on Chef Tobias Cooks Facebook page, YouTube, and Instagram. Okay, so I do not have favorites. I'm gonna put it out there. I do not have favorites. Okay, let's just start that off. All right. However. I want to start our conversation off. Women in Business is going to be an exciting show. I'm really excited about this conversation. I've been looking forward to having this conversation for a while.
Yes.
So here's the thing. We have not had a conversation off camera, right?
No.
This is all going to be naturally organic, and it's going to be exciting. So please take our time to listen to this. But I want to start and say this before you introduce yourself. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you for allowing to be a guinea pig of mine a few times. When Samuel, I, and Orlando first started off with our little thing, I called you. I said, hey, can I was all professional with it, right? But she didn't know that we was like, we need some guinea pigs, right? And you were just so gracious. You and Ham, DeMarco. You just let us in. You let us run with the camera that day. You didn't ask us any questions at all. Thank you so much. That really propelled us into now going in our own separate directions. Sam's doing very great with his photography. Mm-hmm. Orlando's now doing videos and movies as well. Nice. And then I moved into radio and other parts. So thank you.
Oh no, you're welcome. Thank you.
Now introduce yourself.
I am Tashonte McCoy-Ham. I am the founder and president of the OWL Movement, which has 3 strong arms. So we have Women's Empowerment, where we do super cool, dope events throughout the year. We have Junior OWLs, which is a mentorship program for young girls ages 4 through 17, because we have owlets. Those are our 4. Those are the ones that are under 5. And then we have Stockton Angel Mothers, where we provide service to mothers who have lost children.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. I'm not able to make all the events, but I try to promote as much as I can. I feel like I grew up, the church ladies, my grandmother always said, if you're not going to show up, support.
Yeah. Yep.
If you're not going to pay your tithes, cook a dinner.
I come from there too. Yep.
Yes. All right. Stockton born and raised. Original Stocktonian. East Side Stockton. What? Yes. Original Stocktonian. Yes. So you didn't come on Highway 5. You didn't come on Highway 99. You didn't get here by Amtrak or by the car.
As a matter of fact, I remember when they bought the houses a block from my mom's house on Market Street when that wasn't a freeway. When the crosstown freeway wasn't there. When they knocked the houses down, they dug the houses out, and I was in the 8th grade, I think. So we used to ride bikes and go down there and play before the crosstown freeway was even built. That's how Stockton I am.
Wow, that's crazy. I had to go to the museum to learn that.
Yes, see?
I was at the museum. I was like, what?
It didn't used to go. The freeway did not go all the way. You couldn't get over to like how you go towards Manteca.
Yes.
Like 99 crosses over.
Okay.
No, that was not there.
Wow.
It stopped right at Filbert.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I am from the Bay Area, but I used to come to Stockton with my grandmother. My grandmother used to fish up here.
Okay.
When I was really, really young.
Okay.
So when I actually moved to Stockton, my grandma was alive at the time. It was like, I moved to Stockton. She was like, where at? And I was like, over, French
Stockton.
Camp area. She's like, we used to go fishing over there. So, and that's where I ended up living at. I ended up living right there.
I think the port, I think the ag, a lot of things, just the land is what drew a lot of people and what Stockton was known for. I think people overlook the fact that we have a port.
Yes.
That makes our city very unique and important.
Yes. Well, you know what? I'll tell you this. People like me that come to Stockton, I love Stockton. I tell people all the time that I do, because I come from the Bay Area, so I appreciate having land,
right,
and air,
right,
able to go to the park and find the park.
Right.
So it's things like that we appreciate about Stockton. Also the diversity as well. All right, so let's get into it. Your non-profit organization, you have stories on top of stories on top of stories, and I resonate with pretty much all of your stories. Yeah. Let's talk about the Angels Mothers, if we can first.
I think what makes everything so unique about the OWL movement and everything that we have is my identity is tied into all levels of it.
Yes.
So Angel Mothers is really near and dear to my heart because I myself am an Angel Mother. I gave birth to a full-term stillborn 9 years ago. And then 3 years after giving birth to her, my brother was murdered in a double homicide. So me and my mother both had lost a child in two different ways, but just both know what that experience was like. And so I wanted to create a space after watching my mom on Mother's Day after losing my brother, just really just be in a whole different headspace. And I thought, well, there has to be other mothers who go through what I went through, and especially my mom with violence and losing children to violence, and then just doing research and learning that there are like 1 in 4 women suffer from a miscarriage, and some don't even know because you lose your baby in the first within the first trimester, and so that's one of the reasons why we acknowledge miscarriage as well. And it's really interesting. Before we started acknowledging miscarriages, you didn't really hear much about it, but so many women had come forward and shared like that. I've had that experience as well, but I felt like, okay, well, I didn't consider myself to be a mother because I didn't physically have a child to hold. But I tell people all the time, as soon as we become mothers as soon as a child forms in our womb. And then on another level, just because you lose a child doesn't mean you stop being a mother.
Yes.
And so Angel Moms, we host healing circles and outings once a month. With the sole purpose of connecting women, mothers who have similar experiences and like creating a network of strength and power. And then we host a luncheon every May, the weekend after Mother's Day, to create a space for mothers as well. And it's always in an elegant setting. Thanks to Angela Ely Hell of Absolutely Elegant Designs. Shout out. She always comes through and creates an amazing environment for those women and for us to connect. And this was year 5. When we started that luncheon, we only had 7 mothers. 2 of them were me and my mother. And this year we had 65 mothers show up to that luncheon. So it was amazing.
And that's very beautiful. I myself lost 4 kids, 4 pregnancies. One of them was 4 months. and I knew the sex, and I had to deliver the baby, and I had to go through that whole process. So I do understand that, and you're right. Women, we don't have really a platform for that to talk about. It's almost like, oh, just shush it under the table and keep going. But you're right. People don't understand that once that child is, once the conception and that whole, we don't want to get into the debate.
Right.
But you do make choices as a mother.
You do.
Regardless what your choice is, you make it as a mother.
Right. And then you have to go through the mental grief, but then the physical, your body. I tell people all the time, I had 3 kids prior to having Kobe Lynn. And so you go through the whole where your breasts swell and you lactate, like everything, the whole process is the same. You just go home without a baby.
You just go home
and
without
that's
a baby.
devastating to you as an individual, and then to the family and the community. Because you have people say, oh, you have the baby? And then you have to explain to them that, oh, you know, this happened. You have to repeat that over and over again. I didn't even want to go nowhere because I was just like, everybody's going to keep asking me, where's my baby? So.
Yes, and they don't understand that you also have to go home and explain it to your children.
Exactly.
It's a process for every one.
Right.
Another thing we have in common is we both have rainbow babies.
Oh, yes.
Mine is 13.
Yes, and mine just turned 8. That is my spirit twin.
Oh, she is so beautiful.
Yeah,
she is amazing. I see
face.
the stuff on there. I'll be like, oh my God, I just want to get that little
She
chocolate
too
little
much
drop.
with all that hair.
Yes, just beautiful, gorgeous. And I just love how you just allow her spirit to just come through. I admire that. You know, I have 4 children like you. We both have, you know, children, and each of them is individually and that part. Well, my 13-year-old son is my rainbow son.
Oh, okay.
He was born 11 months after the loss of the 4-month-old. So I was really excited about that. So he's 13. That's another story.
Right.
Okay. A boy and 13. We're going to have to create another group for that.
Right.
Women with sons. No parties, no dances on that one. No,
Right.
we're going to have boxing matches.
Totally.
Karate.
I got all girls, so I don't know about
video games. We need a video game party. And,
I don't know nothing about them boys.
Taking shower parties. Stop wearing the same shorts for a week parties. Yeah, strap you in to get your hair cut party.
No,
Yes.
hey, you can have it.
That's okay, because you'll have a whole bunch of son-in-laws. That'll be the beautiful part.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Maybe some grandsons.
Yes.
I was like, I am rich in girls. I just knew the third one was going to be a boy. I knew Anaya was going to be a boy.
Yeah.
Like, I was prepared. This is my son.
Yes.
We all went to the sonogram.
Nope.
We were like.
She was like, surprise.
Right. I said, I got to get my life in order. I got
Yes.
to. I got too many daughters.
It's all right. It's a beautiful thing. Daughters don't listen. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, so the OWL movement.
So the OWL movement, women's empowerment. OWL is synonymous to one woman's love.
Okay.
And it started out really as a small group inside the church. And we had fun. We did cool things. But then I just was like inspired to like go into the streets. I'm like, we can reach so many of the same people within you know, the walls of the church, but how cool would it be to take it to the streets? And so that's how it originally started. I mean, she's so beautiful. I just want to look at her face. I need to look.
I'm a director too. Yeah.
But so that's how it started. And so I just had this vision that God gave me just resonating in my head. I was a teacher for 8 years, so I seen the repetitive cycle of mothers that remind me of myself coming into those classrooms stressed out, just going through it and not really having an outlet for, you know, those emotions and those thoughts. And I have 2 biological sisters who are some super boss ladies. Shout out to Kia and Nissy. Like alpha females to the 10th power, right? And so I've always organized women and created small groups and done things like that. And so I would just, whatever came to mind, I just started writing it down on paper. And so the events, and just all of the stuff that we've been able to do in 5 years, just really totally. I was sitting with our secretary and advisor yesterday, having a meeting and a one-on-one with the young lady who will be joining us, telling her, man, in 5 years of doing this, there's heartache, of course. There's the struggle of it. When I was a child, my mom always told me, the sermon that you preach, whatever your story is, Satan's going to always attack that. And so people think, oh, it's women's empowerment, got the owl movement popping off, that they assume that I think that I got it all together or that I'm perfect. But no, it teaches me. It's always fine-tuning my spirit and testing me to say, really, how are you when it comes to dealing with the challenges of it?
Yes.
You know, and so I think when I look at us 5 years ago and where we are today, the leaders that have came out of it, the experiences and all of the community connections that we've made is like out of this world. Like, I would have never imagined it. Me and Kenya both talked about that yesterday, about how who we are today and versus where we were 5 years ago when the movement started is totally different. Like, it's a trip.
And you know, you say that because also there are other women too say the same thing because they grew with you.
Yeah.
And they changed along as well.
Yeah.
You know, you had certain things or you did certain things and they made them look at things a certain way as well. The one thing that I love about the OWL movement, even, you know, like you said, one woman
love, one woman's love,
one woman love. It's a unity of women. It's not. It's a unity of women that come together to empower one another. Yes. All right. So, could you tell us a little bit more about the One Woman Love? Exactly how you came up with that name, and what is the mission and vision of it?
So the mission and vision of OWL is to empower and inspire a movement of women to become old wise ladies. Because OWL originally stood for old wise ladies, but as the vision developed, then it moved into being one woman's love. And the interesting thing is, my daughter's grandmother Jeanette, she had bought a shirt from us because we had a blinged out OWL movement shirt, and it was cool and everybody liked it, right? And so when she someone asked her, well, what does OWL stand for? She said, one woman's love, because she said, I thought about all that you had done and what you were building, and it just stuck out to me. And I looked at that as a sign from God saying, take it to that there's your vision. The love of one woman, being able to create all these other avenues and outlets, not just for me, because I tell people all the time, like, especially when the pressure hits or when those challenges come, and I go back and I say, it's easy for me to brand myself as whatever I want to brand myself as. But when you sit down and say, no, I want to include them, her, and everybody in it. That's a unique space to be in, and it can be challenging at times. But in the words of Maya Angelou, who I love so much, when it comes to OWL and my entire life, I wouldn't trade nothing for my journey now, because it's taught me so much about life and how to be a mother to my daughters, because I'm a mother of all daughters, even my daughters that I inherited in marriage. DeMarco has 2 daughters as well. Just being able to redirect them in a way that they can be old wise ladies. And I tell people all the time, at the end of the day, I think what will always set us apart is the class. Because my mom was really big on class. Like, class will always outlast. You'll always hear me say that. And just really setting that standard, which can be challenging, because in these times, we're living in a time where you don't have to be classy. You don't have to be decent and have high morale. You don't have to do that, because all over the internet and all over TV, you see women who are like literally the total opposite of that. And so we fight to keep that morale going. Literally, it's a fight to say we do things in decent and in order, even when we're not happy or when things aren't going great. We have to keep that standard of class and morale. Yes. And
you know, the I heard you say that it's not about you, it's about you and you. That lets me know that you have a mother spirit.
I come from them old church ladies you always talking about.
I got the mean church ladies though.
was she one of my favorite, and she, if you seen her today,
you got the child care church lady.
Yeah. I was a teacher for 8 years.
Exactly. So you got that one. I got the chicken dinner with my $10 at church lady.
See, I have Mother Smith.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, I love her so much. She, hey baby, how you doing? Always had a piece of candy for you.
Yes.
Was always on time, always on point, and just loving. I remember when I had Kobe Lynn when she delivered the stillborn. I don't even know who called Mother Smith. I don't know where she came from. She's also a nurse. She stood by my bed until I delivered the baby, talked me into my strength, and then she disappeared.
Wow.
That's where that was the type of church mamas that I come from.
Yes. Girl, we gonna talk about them church ladies, okay? Yeah. So before I want to go another direction before we go to the Junior Owls.
Okay.
Let's talk about Terry Tuesday.
Terry Tuesdays. You know my mom. I always say my mom is the mastermind of McCoy Magic. She was a very devout.
Say your mom name. Give her a shout.
Hey mama, what's up, Michelle? Bodie McCoy, we love you. You are the bomb, the pillar. She raised us to be communal and to have a strong faith. We grew up in church. I always said we had more church clothes than we had regular clothes.
Yes.
All of us, every single last one of us, because she didn't only raise me and my 2 sisters as a single mom and my brother, but she also raised my cousin as well.
Yes.
And so Terry Tuesdays is something that she started shortly after my brother passed away. So she's been doing this for 6 years.
Okay.
October makes 6 years. As a way to keep her son's, my brother's memory alive and in a positive light. Hey, Toya. I love Toya. She's one of our owl ladies. To keep his memory alive in a positive light. And you know what's very interesting? When she first started it, people used to say, why is she, what is that about? Or, you know, that's doing too much. Or what if she runs out of things to say? But what she's proven is what I said earlier, that you do not stop being a mom when you lose your child.
Yes.
And all those 31 years of memories and the love that she has for her child is shown in those Terry Tuesdays. And so in October, we all join in for the Terry Tuesday reminders as we lead into our event that we do for that Memorial Weekend.
Yes.
So.
And before we get into that, another thing just popped into my head is I really think, especially right now in our country, society, the past, 400 years, but recently, the past, since rest in peace, Trayvon Martin passed, I think that what you and your mom has done for your brother has really set a positive tone. And it really has shed light that unfortunate things happen, things that are not fair. But 2 women that decided, look, this happened to our family. This is a black man. This is our brother. We love him. Among of gun violence and other women that have lost their children to that, you guys still get up every year.
Oh, yeah.
And still keep it going strong.
Yeah. It's powerful, you know, to be able to create something out of your pain.
Yes.
And recently, because I had Pastor Pam, that's my big sis. She's always speaking into my life, and she told me that you have a gift. Your gift is teaching people how to turn their pain into power and encouraging people in that way. And when my sister, because the original organization, because OWL is a spinoff, my older sister Tanisha is the one who started the TLMJC Corporation. And I remember when she called us and she said, I want to create something that is positive in memory of Terry, to take away from all of the other things that had taken place in that year of 2012. We had bankruptcy in Stockton. We had the highest level of homicides in Stockton. We had a tough political year. Like it was 2012 for anybody who was living in Stockton was tough. And
2012 was hard, period.
It was tough.
It was very hard. It was. It very was.
And so I can never tell the story without talking about the beginning. You know, a lot of people like to tell the story and act like there was no foundation laid for them. But I could never do that. And I think that it was really clever and it was definitely God's purpose and plan. My brother was very popular, very influential. very well known, very diverse. And so I always say this too. What God has for you in life will carry over in death as well. If you know, because that's your purpose in life. And
that's
so
how we live forever. It's our legacy.
That's it. Yep. So it's a little something about Terry Tuesdays and how it all started. It's really cool to see random, as I'm scrolling through, random people shouting out and showing their support for us, because we can't, it's like, to be honest, to be truthful, we can't do none of this without the support of the people, or without the love that, like, you constantly showing love and constantly showing us support, and it keeps us alive. It keeps things going. And like I said, this is what our ancestors do. If you know your history, they celebrate their loved ones that have gone on, and they use that energy and spirit to catapult them and to educate the younger ones.
And we see it. We see with the dead, the dead,
Right.
which I choose it as an eating holiday. But I mean, they got the candy skulls. Them little sugar cones be them sugar skulls be the bombs.
Oh my God! Right.
The Chinese New Year. They celebrate with the lanterns. Again, good food.
Right. We the ones that we the only ones that don't get it popping.
Yes. So I associate everything by food. Oh, for real? Okay. A repast. Okay. What kind?
It's the best.
What's she? What they with? Okay, Irish? No, I don't know about that repast. I'll sit in my car. Soulful, I'm gonna go to that repast. I'll be in Italian. Oh yeah, I'll be at that repast, girl. Yes, hallelujah. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, it's very true. It is true. Okay, before we get to the Junior Owls and we get to the event, the big event that's coming up, we have to talk about the elephant in the room, and that is the struggle of women in business.
Honey, listen. I don't know. We might need a whole session. I think we need to come back with 2 more people and talk about that.
Yes. I was very blessed when I had gotten this platform. And the one thing that I did wanted to add to this platform is the women in business.
Nice.
I was in business. Still in business, but I had a storefront, Mork and Britter, downtown Stockton for about 1.5 years. And with that, I saw the challenges of women that are in business and the lack of resources and also the lack of support as well. So that's why I gravitated to you so strongly, because I saw that calamity. I saw the women movement, and I'm like, we need more of that. And since then, Stockton has really, really stood up with resources for women. And a lot more women have been coming forward and saying, hey, we're here, we're going to do business, this is how we're going to do it, we're still going to keep our integrity, we're still going to be women, and we're still going to do it. So that was one of the things of women in business that I wanted to give platform to people. Saying that to say this, a lot of people, they inspired in what you do, and they want to do it, not per se you, but and then when they go do it, they fail at it. And when they fail at it, they want to come back and criticize you about it. I'm like, wait a minute. Nobody told you to bake a cupcake and not use real butter. Like no one told you, to do this, to do that. So what is your advice for women that are looking into getting into nonprofits or starting an organization? What is one of the advice that you could give to women?
For me, when you see like the for-profit lane that's being created, that is 100% DeMarco Darrell Ham. That man is a businessman and an entrepreneur and just a laborer.
A barbecue grill.
A laborer, a hustler, a natural born hustler.
And he's from Oakland.
And he's from Oakland, California.
Yes. So
it's a 209-510 collaboration.
Yes.
So for-profit stuff, I'm learning. Like I'm in school. Like I literally hit up Kim Wormsley like, hey, I don't know nothing about it. This dude right here is a natural born hustler. I'm gonna have to learn so I don't get left in the dirt as he pushed that lane. So I don't know nothing about that. For profit, nonprofit. I feel like I've been told before, everybody want to start a nonprofit. And I don't see anything wrong with that because the work is so massive that we can duplicate these things 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7 times. I will say that nonprofit work is heart work, and hard work. Because you have to, if it's your passion, you gonna run it, you gonna drive it. Like I said, my identity is tied into everything that we do. It's directly an experience that I've had and a need that I saw, a lack of a need. It was nothing there. But I just feel like you gotta educate yourself. And I learned that from you at that forum.
No.
Yeah. Because you can think you know something, as I have, and you can have your God-given talents, but if you mix that with education, it just takes it to a whole nother level. Something I learned from you. And ever since then, which was only a month ago, I've been committed to, like, you know, getting in certain spaces and educating myself. And it's the same thing with nonprofit. There's a lot of people who can literally say that they called me and said, "Tay, help me, I want to start a nonprofit." And I've sat down, giving them the game, giving them the connections, and even sold money into the beginning phases of it. And I think that as long as you, like I shared earlier, the vision changes. It evolves. We're not going to say it changes. We're going to say it evolves.
It does evolve.
And you can't be afraid when the vision starts to evolve.
Yeah. And you have to reinvent yourself
Yeah,
along with it.
exactly. And I tell you, I've seen people attempt to replicate or do something else, but they can't get the momentum.
Yes.
They can't get the momentum.
Yes.
And then that's when it leads me to think, well, maybe that's not your lane, or
Yes.
that wasn't the right lane, or that wasn't the right time,
Yes.
you know, for it to take place. Because it takes hella work.
Yes.
You should see my garage. You should see my car.
Yes.
You should see, like, our house, our life. It's not, everything is a part
My
of
house
it.
looks
Our
like
children,
a bakery.
Yeah.
No, for real, it
our house
does.
looks like, our garage looks like a party store.
Yes, no,
or
it
like,
does.
you know, we got
Yeah.
a humongous barbecue pit the size of a car in there. And tubs that have
Yes.
utensils
Yes.
and sign-in sheets in
Yes.
it. You know what I mean? On the sun visor, there's sign-in sheets and, you know,
Yes.
Junior Al book in my seat.
Yeah.
Because it's our life. And I remember one time when we first started, we used to meet every other month or something, and it was DeMarco that said, if y'all really serious, you want to meet more than every other month. And I'm like, huh?
Yes.
Like, and people don't get that. They'll look at what you do. They'll get close to you and look at what you do,
Yes.
and really think I could do that until
You have to live it. You have to breathe it.
man.
It becomes a part of your culture. It becomes a
It
part
is.
of your wake up morning coffee. It becomes a part of your to-do list when you go
insanity.
to bed. Your kids
Yeah.
become it.
Yeah.
Your spouse become it. Like my husband always say his life changed. He is now, you know, Chef Tobias's husband. And you seen him. He had the camera.
Yeah.
He was out there with the camera in the video. He's following me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
he has no idea that he is now in production. Like he had no idea that his life was gonna go in that direction. You know, my 6-year-old is like, Mom, you gotta get the butter. He put the butter. Like I bought butter. I bought a big thing, probably about 20 things of butter, and it was in the car. And I came in the house. He put the butter up at the bottom shelf, over to the side. 6 years old, like over to the side. It's stacked up, everything.
Yeah, because they watch you because it's their life.
It is.
That's why I tell people all the time, Faith is an organizer
Yes.
already.
Yes.
That sock hop for Junior Al, that's her vision. And you best believe it. DeMarco had me cracking up a couple of days ago. He was like, she didn't really party because she was busy facilitating at 8.
Yeah.
Come and say, okay, it's time to start the game.
Yes.
Oh, can tell the DJ to play this song. Tugging me.
Yes.
Hey, tell them that she told me already.
Yeah.
Next year my sock hop gonna be a disco theme and I'm gonna wear an afro.
Yeah.
Because she's seen it.
It's
I
the
taught
vision.
Sunday school with her and Anaya on my hip.
Yes.
So they've seen.
They see it.
Yeah.
And you know, that's something as women that that we do. And that's why I try to encourage every young woman, before you start a family, before you get into that part of your life, find out who you are, find out your passion, find out what you're about. And that's what I like what you do. So let's talk about the Junior Owls real quick before we get out of here.
You know, Junior Owls is actually hella funny, because I thought I was done with teaching and kids and stuff, right? So I was like,
we are on a radio show, right?
Hella.
California love. Where is Shaz that? She gonna love this. Where Shaz that? She gonna love this. California.
Yes. But I thought I was, done with curriculum and kids and all that, other than my own kids.
Yes.
And so when we started Junior Owls, I thought, okay, let's start Junior Owls, because we always had an aspiration in the beginning to do a mentorship program, but we had to get the grown folks straight and get the vision clear.
Yes.
And so when we started it last year, we had like over 40 girls sign up, and it was like, whoa, okay. So I was like, okay, what are we gonna do? So we got through the first year by the seat of our pants, literally. And then the next year, when I came back, I thought about everything that I didn't like, that stressed me out, that frustrated us. I talked to the girls and thought, what do you think? So I wrote training.
Oh,
that's why Junior Owls this year is so dope and so amazing. And still, nothing's perfect, because it's only our second year. But I literally wrote a 2-day training.
Wow.
And I purposely did the trainings apart, because that was a test for the mentors to see how committed they were, if they were willing to show up on both days and spend 3 hours with me to go through this curriculum that I wrote.
Yes.
And it basically laid everything out. It told them all of the days that we would be, responsible for overseeing these girls, and what the topics and things were going to be. And so we were super blessed this year. We took the girls on a bus. We took them to the Women's March. We took them to the Black Women's March, which was popping. We literally got a bus for that one. And it was so amazing. The curriculum is based on civic engagement, community service, and basic core values.
Oh, wow.
And I looked at these girls and listened to the ladies that are a part of that level, and said, what did we need? What didn't we have? What should we do? How should we do it? So every other Saturday from February to October, for 3 hours a day, we have these girls. And we always have a frequency of at least 15 or more that come. And I always give shouts out and props to the mentors, because when you sacrifice your Saturdays and your pockets with donations of food and things like that, that's to be commended.
Yes.
Because you're not getting paid for this.
Yes.
To be here for these kids in another way. They call them, they text them. They just are outstanding. And so this month is on the 27th will be our last session, where we'll give them awards and stuff like that. Our session on the 13th is going to be so cool. I'm so excited. I can't say publicly yet, but I'm like super excited. It has to do with politically engaging the girls. And so they have a little private forum that they're going to do. It's going to be so
love
cool.
That. Yes. Women in Gas.
Yeah.
So the event coming up.
So the big event.
Yes. Drum roll.
Yes. So October in our family, we refer to it as October, because my brother's nickname was Doe. So, had a little magic there, a little McCoy magic. We have a 3-day event planned. It's called the Terry Lynn McCoy Jr. Memorial Experience. So Friday, there's an 80s theme party. So everyone will be dressed up in 80s, because we figured it's close to Halloween. Let's get in character a little bit. Plus, who don't love the 80s?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that was one of the most fun eras for us.
Cereal, top ramen,
right?
Hot dogs,
See
Coca-Cola, Snickers,
Doritos. Yes, salt and pepper. You know what I mean? Run DMC, all that stuff, right?
Yes.
Just when you think about it, you get excited. You know what I mean? So we have an 80s party on Friday, and then Saturday we got an old school family reunion barbecue type picnic.
Oh, wow.
Jumping off. And then Sunday, which is the biggest day, which is a closing day, is when we have the 3rd annual Empower Expo.
Yes.
And when I was driving over here, I was thinking about that's how we first met.
Yes.
Because you was one of our original vendors.
Yes.
At the very first
Yes.
expo that we
Yes.
had. And so I was like, hey,
Yes.
full circle moment, you know?
Yes. And that's really exciting because on that day is when all of the businesses come out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I like that you give opportunity to other people to come out and showcase.
Well, the
as well.
reason why we do it though is because when we first got started in the nonprofit game 5 years ago, we was excited to go participate in the expo. Like, well, we want to do this. We can get our name out there. We can meet
Yes,
people.
yes.
Guess how much we paid?
Oh, I don't get
$250.
I know. Trust me.
$250.
Some of them
Okay?
are 1,500.
So we were like, we're nonprofit. We don't got no money, but we gonna do it because we don't know no better. We're learning.
Yes.
And then we went to another one that was in Stockton, another one in Sac, and we paid almost $200, and we
Yes.
were gonna sell like hot dogs and stuff. And guess how much we sold? Nothing.
Nothing.
We had rented a room. It was tragic.
Learning experience.
Right. So we
Yes.
said, we should create a lane, for individuals such as ourselves who starting out, who don't really know nobody, who don't really know the game.
Yes.
Keep it at a minimum because it's not to make money. It's
Yes.
to literally create a space.
Exactly.
And so that's why our vendor fees are always so low because we just want to see all the people connecting
Yeah.
and building and networking. And so that we've partnered with Tyre and Kitten. I love them dearly. They'll be helping with the entertainment piece because there's always entertainment, and it's just an amazing networking experience.
Okay,
for
give us the
nonprofits
dates.
and
Give us
small
the dates.
business. So Friday, October 26th is the 80s party. I want to see all y'all up in there with y'all 80s gear. And then Saturday is the old school family reunion barbecue kickback.
Yeah, Chef Tobias gonna come get her a plate.
The park is to be determined based
Okay.
on weather and
Okay.
things of that nature. And then we have the Empower Expo. We still have a few booths left, which will be on Sunday, October 28th from 12 to 4, and that'll be held at the Hilton Hotel.
All right. So you got something to do. And how can they contact you for that?
They can contact me on Facebook under Tashonte McCoy-Ham, or I have the Owl Movement page. You can shoot us an inbox there. Everybody in this place knows my number, so it's 209-622-9044. And hit us up. We'll be more than happy to share information with you, connect with you, or I tell people all the time, just give you some love, just love on you for a second,
Yes.
and let you get some of this good magic.
Yes. I love it. It's a true story of how to turn your tragedy into triumph and success. It's what better way to do it?
That's
we have to
right.
live on.
We have to. The energy of defeat, of pain, depression, all of that is such a strong, we know that it's a strong emotion because we've
Yes.
seen people literally drive themselves to the ground
Yes.
or to the dirt or die. And so I've always thought, let's do a little bit of reverse, let's do some diversion here and do some reverse activities and take that power to drive us up and to continue to inspire us to be better and to celebrate the fact that even though your son was murdered, you can get up in the morning, or the fact that you survived rape, that you can smile even
Yes.
sometimes. And that's how my brain thinks.
Yes.
Always looking at a way to turn a negative into a positive. A little algebra, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. That's how I live that's how I'm
I know.
able
That's
to
why we
survive.
vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a joke for you. Everybody got a punchline. I'ma go. But at the forum, I was like, "Oh Lord, I should have said what I
y'all
said."
should have seen
I
the
was like,
forum.
"You need to
Y'all
be on
missed
one.
it.
If you can't
She was
heal,
going in.
If you can't slay, then you need to fall back. This is a warrior mentality.
Man, I was
Everybody want to
like,
be a warrior. You ain't no
Yeah.
warrior. People talking, I'm a warrior. Good, her Edward. That you see
Listen.
Chef Tobias in her warrior form, right?
we'll go there. I've seen it there more than once.
But
you know what?
I
I
love
really-
you too at the end.
Yeah. Oh,
Gotta
yeah,
cook you for
always.
you. Gotta cook you for you. You know?
I tell you all the time, I keep a pen and paper with me. Or I keep
Yes.
a handy dandy notebook like Dora the Explorer.
Yeah.
Because I don't never want to miss out on no game. And that's
Yes.
what I teach the kids. You can
Yes.
learn something
Yes, you
from
can.
every
Every
single
single
person or experience, whether it's a good lesson,
Yes.
what to do or what not to do.
Amen
And
to
so-
that. And thanks for the church
I
ladies
love
for
when you go
teaching
in
us
warrior
that too.
mode.
Oh man. I have to rethink the warrior mode sometimes. Huh? I gotta rethink it sometimes. I see my son. I'll be like, don't do it.
We all got it. She gonna go.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
She, when you said, "Can I say something?" I was like, "Oh."
Don't do it. I'm like, they don't know that side of me. They probably think I'm crazy.
Yeah,
but they received it. I was surprised. I thought I was going to get booed. I was like, okay.
One thing that I can say about you, you are very unapologetic and you speak truth. And a lot of times people are not ready and they ain't used to that. So I love you for that because you guys are all teaching me that, you know, I said this at Valon's hair show when Kimberly volunteered me to go up there and be her guinea pig. That I had to learn that no, you are a leader.
Yes.
No, you are a boss. God created you that way and he gave you that gift. And so you're gonna have to spend time with people who think the same way that you do so that you can constantly grow. My husband told me that too.
Yes.
Start spending time with people who are smarter than you, who know more than you, who have more than what you have, so you can continue to level up and not be stagnant. Yes. And I love DeMarco for that.
Yes.
Like, for not being afraid to challenge me and to push me, you know, not like push me to the side, but like literally. You know, when you was a kid, you need that boost up over the gate. Like I really appreciate him for that.
Yes, and that's very, very, when you can have a partner and you can have a partnership with your partner. Yeah, man. Yeah. We like Bay and Jay all over, right?
And you know I love them so.
I know.
I was sitting there like, how could you not?
Yeah, I know. One more time, give me your information. We're gonna get out of here.
So to hook up with me, you can catch me on Facebook under Tashonte McCoy-Ham or hit up any one of our pages, the Owl Movement, Stockton Angel Mothers, or Junior Owls. And everybody knows my number, 209-622-9044.
Well, thank you so much. Much success to you. Thank you for coming on. Thank you. I'm so happy it worked out for you to get on here, talk about the Owl Movement, the Angel Mothers, the Junior Owl Movement, and the exciting event that's coming up in October. Finish out the rest of the year. Much success to you for 2019. All right, Chef Tobias. I guess I'll get the camera. Chef Tobias Cooks here with the Voice of Stockton. Please go on to the Voice of Stockton. Click share, donate. Click share, donate. Like, share, donate with the Voice of Stockton. Also, check out Chef Tobias Cooks on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I'm here on Wednesdays talking women in a business. Tomorrow, I will be back at 11 a.m. Chef Tobias Cooks is going to bring on some bacon, and we're going to get some sweet treats going on. So please come back. Visit me on Chef Tobias Cooks with Kitchen Conversations. Okay. We out of here?
We rolling out.
All right. Thank you. Have a good week, everyone. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you.